Abortion laws in New South Wales will be overhauled when reforms are introduced into state parliament. Independent MP Alex Greenwich will bring forward the reproductive health reform bill, which would decriminalise abortion and would allow women to undergo the procedure until their 22nd week of pregnancy. Joining me live now is New South Wales Independent MP Alex Greenwich. Good afternoon to you, Alex. Firstly, why is it important to implement these reforms?
Well, good afternoon. New South Wales is the last state to decriminalise abortion, and this legislation that I'll be bringing forward this week, which is drafted with a group of MPs from across the parliament, including Labor's Penny Sharp and Joe Halen and the Nationals' Trevor Khan, and is supported by the Health Minister, Brad Hazzard. What we seek to do with this bill is decriminalise abortion by establishing a standalone act, the Reproductive Health Care Reform Act, which would provide a clear legal framework here. It would ensure that women can have access to safe and legal abortions, and it would make sure that doctors have the legal clarity and framework that they have been seeking for a very long time, and that's why the AMA supports this bill.
So, Alex, what are the exact reforms that you are going to put forward?
So the bill will establish a new act, the Reproductive Health Care Act, as I said, that decriminalises abortion in New South Wales. What it will do is allow women to be able to have an abortion up to 22 weeks on request. It will also, after 22 weeks, mean that the woman will work with two doctors. We will also carry over conscientious objection provisions into the bill, and indeed there is also an offence in the bill for an unqualified person who would conduct a termination. Our legislation is based very closely on the Queensland bill, which passed the Queensland Parliament and was the result of a very long law reform process and a series of recommendations. This law in New South Wales has not changed since 1900s. Currently, abortion is in the Crimes Act, and that's not acceptable for women or for doctors.
At this point in time, how much support do you have on changing these laws?
Well, I have been speaking to a number of my colleagues across the parliament today and over the past week. Members are actually surprised that we still have the termination of pregnancy in the Crimes Act and that it is not treated or regulated as a medical procedure. Members are concerned and embarrassed that New South Wales is the last state to deal with this, and our neighbouring states have already moved forward to decriminalise abortion, and a number are ready to support. However, we still have more conversations to have throughout the week. I'm hoping to introduce the bill this week, and I'm hoping we can begin the debate on the legislation. And I look forward to working with colleagues across the parliament to see this important reform pass and to ensure that women in New South Wales are treated with the same dignity and respect as in other states and have access to safe and legal abortions.
So, Alex, if they're introduced this week, what is then the timeline in getting the reforms over the line?
Well, the New South Wales Legislative Assembly sits this week, and then both the lower house and the upper house sit next week. There is no reason why the Parliament could not deal with the reform within that sitting fortnight. This is an issue that I know a number of members have already established views on, and I look forward to working with colleagues to seek their support for this bill and to ensure its passage through our Parliament.